Hello, indoors. Huzzah! It only took me 3 reboots to get our video caster to start working properly. That's always fun. We got audio. Cool. Thanks. So, yes, here we are. I am Chamberlain Jonas of the Wayward Inquisition, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast here on the YouTube. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So if those are more your jam, then you spread it on your toast. So tonight, I will be revisiting Scoundrel, a card deck game. As you can see here, I got my cards. Very nice, very nice. And I'll be, I'm shuffling them up currently. It's been a good while. Just got to make sure that they're groove-tastic. So with Scoundrel, black cards are going to be the monsters. Hearts, I guess I should say, well, actually, yeah, it's both clubs and spades are monsters. Hearts are your health. That's how they, your healing along the way. And yes, here's one. And diamonds are your weapons. They help you fight the monsters. In normal Scoundrel, you will take out kind of the higher level heart cards, which I am doing now. I always like to play around with what I'm doing, so this time I will be taking out 10 and above. Usually it's just the face cards, like Jack, King, Queen. Where is my Jack of Hearts? There you are. And you're also supposed to take out the jokers. However, I like to keep them in. I played around with it a little bit, and what I have made is that when you draw a joker, whatever is going on the board, it basically just board wipes everything, and then you go to the next level of the dungeon, if you will. So that can both be beneficial, or as I have experienced a couple times, I've drawn out plenty of health cards, and maybe, there was a really good weapon in there, and then that joker appeared and just, boom, wiped it all out. Oh, I guess I should be shuffling with these guys in there, too. Come on, come on. I also had to kind of quickly throw this together. I was hoping to have eaten beforehand, but that did not happen. That's okay. It's all good. The other thing that you're going to need, as you can see here, I have a D20. As this is what tracks your health, you could also use, pen and paper, an abacus if you wanted to, if you were feeling really zesty. Doo-doo. Yeah, you won't be able to see that, but maybe I should buy like one of those really big fat dice, That'd actually be good. Yeah. But without further ado, let's get into it. Zesty indeed. Last time on Scoundrel, we followed Jethro Stein as him and his Marines entered in through Stonehenge on planet Earth. That's right. Due to the magical influence of the demonic invasion, the latent energies that dwelled within Stonehenge reactivated and revealed its original purpose, a gateway to other worlds. Of course, the army and why, thank you. Yes, big dice solve actually not a lot of problems. In fact, they probably cause more than normal. I have a buddy that I think has joined our Discord, maybe. But I know he follows us on YouTube, Bearded. And he has a couple of just those monster massive dice. And watching him roll them is entertaining because he has to do it so gently because they're massive or they'll fly off the table and kill somebody. And not in the good way, you know? But back on Earth, Jethro, being the man that he is, the United Forces put together a little team to venture into one of the gateways that was open and to report back. As they stepped through, they found themselves in a museum, a very well curated, well polished stone walls and floors. Very Egyptian themed artifacts around them. But there was something off about the Egyptians in these depictions. Well, they had quite the pointy ears, they did. They were elven, in fact. And there were murals that depicted them conquering these green, brutish men. Orcs, no doubt. And as they went through the museum, they were attacked by these pale white, kind of eyeless, faceless ghoul creatures that seemed to feast on the blood of him and his men. Jethro ended up surviving, fighting his way out of the museum, only to succumb during the last floor of the dungeon. Oh, it was so good. It was so much fun. And that is where this story picks up. A ruined house smoldering in green flame, of all things. Two large, brutish corpses of these ghouls lie dead, fried, baked from within and from without. An elder man appears to be in his mid-60s with one eye patch over his left eye. He's got kind of short black hair, but there's a couple little gray little streaks that go through it. What's that called? Like he's got the manly 5 o'clock shadow thing going on, as all tough guys do. And he He jolts awake, gasping for breath. He rolls from his back to his sides to get up to his feet. Oh, his body aches. Everything hurts. It stings. Even the very air as it enters his lungs, it just as like hot ash. And he stumbles over through the wreckage of this once neighborly home. And he stumbles up to a mirror in the hallway that is still mostly intact. A little cracked it is. And as he looks into the mirror, he sees that not only is the mirror cracked, but so is himself. From his eye-patched eye, little green streaks and cracks in his skin glow as they spread from there. He's experienced this before. Jethro, back in his earthen days, was struck by magic, by his only son, in fact, right in that left eye. The combination of his child's magic and the curse that was placed upon him by the angels that he had met fused together, corrupting each other in a interesting way, giving Jet a sense of immortality. He can still die, he can still be hurt and wounded, but whatever these magics are that have fused together within him now bring him back from many a death. And whenever they do, that energy seems to spread from its source. Over time, it seems to recede. What happens when it consumes his body? No one knows. Scheisse. Not again. I gotta get out of here. The explosion that this caused would have attracted more of these beasts, and I just need a place to lay low, get my bearings, find out where I am, see if there's anybody else alive. So Jet scours the house looking for his gear, but it's been cooked. His beloved shotgun that he loved oh so dearly. He is a shotgun man, slugs specifically. It just, from the magical explosion that came from his eye, it is fried, melted. He scours the house to see what he can find within. Perhaps at least a well-bladed kitchen knife. And sure enough, he does. Inside the kitchen, pulling drawers out, he manages to find a knife. Just in time, I might add, as his fear was correct. When you enter a dungeon, you place 4 cards which represent that dungeon floor. Yeah, you can see those pretty good. I'm sure it's a smidgen out of focus, but I really didn't have time to adjust the camera. But as long as I'm in focus, that's all you need, because I'm special. Down the hallway of the destroyed home, he can hear the crack and crumbling of something stepping towards him. He holds his knife ready. It's pretty well made. From what he saw in that museum, and from his experience, elves are quite the craftsmen. Sounds like 2 have stalked him into this house. We have a 5 of spades here. Pretty, cannon fodder-ish ghoul here. But then, the Jack of clubs. Pretty thick boy. Not as brutish as the king. And I'm trying to remember. I think I had aces be higher than king. I think. It's been a while. That's the fun thing about Scoundrel is, one, you should look it up for yourself to read the kind of the official rules. But yeah, you can totally adjust and play with it as you wish. Like in the rules, so luckily I have this 2 of diamonds here, which will represent my knife. I will move that down. In the original rules, it's really weird. It's something like once when you attack something with your weapon, it gets stuck at that level, so you can only then use it against that level or lower, which I don't understand. Seems really weird to me. So I did away with that. I keep the weapon, use against whoever I wish. However, I added in the addendum that if, I got the 2 of diamonds here, so if I were to attack a 2 of spades, then, they would effectively cancel out. I would defeat the monster, but I would also lose my weapon. And that's added in a good bit of drama and difficulty. Because, the whole point is to get through the deck, and that's how you beat the dungeon. And, you don't want it to be too easy. You also don't want it to be kind of too ridiculously hard, because then that's just not fun. At least to moi. I don't like difficulty in my games, for the most part. That's why I steer clear of the Dark Souls games and really any kind of Souls games. That just doesn't seem fun to me. But kudos to the people that do it. Oh, the other thing about Scoundrel is, so you have the 4 cards. You have to interact with 3 of the 4 before you can move on to the next dungeon. So effectively 1 card will always carry over to the next dungeon. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. You start off with 20 health. So that's why I got my D20. You can't heal above that. So if I were to use this 5 of hearts, I wouldn't go up to 25. If I had 17 health and I used this, I would not go above 20. So, you kind of want to hold on to your health cards, which I will, because, it's the first hand of the day. And I'm definitely going to need that, because I'm going to get hurt real bad here right off the bat. So, interacted with 1. We're going to do 2 of diamonds against that 5 of spades. The smaller creature creeps into the kitchen, sniffing around. As it comes through, Jethro stabs his knife down into the noggin of this foul beast, ripping it out, putting it in again and again, as these beasts are quite formidable, even the smaller ones, and it goes down, dead. I should silence my phone, too, before it distracts me. Interesting. That one's defeated. We'll put the kind of a discard pile right up here so you can still kind of see it. So that was 2 against 5. I am going to take 3 damage as Jethro stabs into the cranium of this ghoulish beast. It wildly swipes with its sharp claws and scratches him and cuts him across the gut. He pushes through the pain. I just got whooped 2 quick games playing online. Nice. Yeah, some games you just get annihilated right off the bat. Whenever I did this with Jethro before, he was doing really well and then got to the last floor and it was like 2 kings and a queen monster. Didn't have any, like, I think there was a healing thing, but it was so small that the damage and it wasn't gonna work out. And it was like, he was so close. As Jet recoils from the damage he received, the bigger one charges in and tackles him into the countertop of the wrecked home. He brings his knife down, stabbing wildly into the side of this massive beast. It shrieks in pain. As it does, it reels back, and then it comes back in and chomps down onto his shoulder. He stabs wildly even more. So, the Jack of Clubs. Ooh, that's 11 minus 2. That's going to be 9 damage. Okay. You can do this, Jojo. I'm just going to leave you with 2, which will then put you down to 8. Whew, starting off real rough here. The 2 opponents bite and stab into each other ferociously, seeing who can survive. But the beast falls first as it tries to whimper away to escape from this monster of a man. Jet comes up from behind, jabs the knife into its neck, and brings the blade forwards. And it lies dead. There's no time. Oh gosh, there is no time to rest. Jethro takes out from the house, darting down the well-paved, it's not asphalt like we have here. It is kind of a smooth, kind of like a concrete marble hybrid. It's not rough like concrete. It has that kind of that smooth texture that that marble has, but it doesn't have the marble color. You know, it's still kind of that gray. And on this concrete street, on this roadway, there's kind of little crystals put down into the pavement. Jethro, being from Earth, recognizes this kind of design. This is a road, and he's seen some of the odd vehicles, not similarly shaped to the motorized vehicles that we have here on Earth, but they have a more sleek design. Some of them are kind of more rounded, like getting into a giant ball that then just it crosses his mind to hop into one of these machines, but he would have no idea how to operate them if they even still function. This world is quite apocalyptic. In his time here, he has not encountered another living soul other than these ghoulish, vampire-ish creatures. As he runs, they start to come out of the woodwork of the street. One smaller one comes out of the home up ahead. Some from back a ways, following in pursuit after hearing the commotion nearby. So yeah, I'm gonna heal, please. Thank you. 5, 8 plus 5, that's gonna be 13. 13? I really don't want to lose my weapon, but also I really don't want to take the damage from these other two. Okay. We're going to go after the 6 of spades. Take 4. Puts me back down to 9. As he runs through the street, weaving between these ruined and wrecked vehicles that kind of, blot the roadway. He's in kind of a downtown section. He's running away from the more of the business area and is entering into more of a neighborhood setting as he darts through, entering into one of the houses to give himself just a little cover. He is pounced on from behind. The foul beast biting down into his other shoulder. He pushes through the pain and turns and stabs it into the side of the head, ripping his elven knife out. And the beast collapses. The smaller one, as he exits the other side of the house, pursues through. Before it has time to claw him, he quickly turns and jabs it up into its mouth. But in the process, it causes the blade to break. Dun, dun, dun. He can hear a larger one in pursuit. He takes off looking for anywhere to hide, but these things are everywhere. Oh, baby. No, actually, yeah. You weren't supposed to be in there. Sorry, it's alright. This seems really high for a weapon, too. Probably should have checked that, but that's the fun. Plus, I need a little win here. So yes, as he runs through, he stumbles upon, kind of out in a backyard field amongst the trees, the corpse of a former, appears to be a military soldier. Its weapon broken and degraded. At least its firearm that it had. But lying beside this former elf is a very well bladed saber. Nice, sleek, elvish design. From the murals and everything in the museum, he can tell that this was one of the, inhabitants, as the darkened melanin skin color of the elf matches the dark painting in the museum. That is right. This world is populated by like jet black skin elves. They're very melanin. These, as he saw in the museum, he probably picked up on that these were referred to as sun elves. As the beefier ghoul chases him from behind, he turns and faces it down with this newly acquired saber. They engage in battle. He swings and it jumps back. They have a little back and forth, and as it lunges in, he lobs off its arm and then brings it up, decapitating the creature in 2 swift blows. Goodbye, 9 of spades. All right, and now, yeah, we got this backup weapon here. And yeah, as he continues through this neighborhood, encountering another smaller ghoul, and before it even has time to get up from what appears to be a little siesta that it was taking, he just does a swift and takes off the upper half of its head. Can we get some health, please? Oh, a bunch of weapons. That's not good. That's not good at all. Now, here comes the trouble when you draw multiple weapon cards. You have to interact with 3 out of the 4, which means this super dope saber has got to go. Let's see. Well, we'll just do it this way. Place it with the 5 of diamonds. Replace that one with the 8 of diamonds. I'm gonna save that queen for later, just in case. As Jethro makes his way through this foreign land, he sees one of these creatures just charging up on him straight ahead. So he grits his teeth and roars. Arrgh! And he runs in, does a baseball slide underneath the ghoul, and slices its guts open. I do need health. I have 9, got 9 health. Hanging in there. That would be bloodied. I would have the bloodied condition, yeah. Okay. He presses on. Oh, the Joker. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna wipe out that Queen of Diamonds weapon. But it gets rid of Ace of Clubs, so that's helpful. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I can handle this floor, easy peasy. Yeah, still in frame? Yeah. Okay. You probably can't tell, but yeah, like right here is the microphone stand, so I gotta like kind of reach under it. I did it before I did like a top-down view with one of the cameras. And it was okay. I kind of liked doing it this way more. I thought you were able to see the cards a bit better. Before I get into this floor, though, uh, as because I'm going to use the Joker as the plot device for this. Darting through these empty houses and roadways, in the distance, he can see what appears to be almost like a police station. It appears to have a little office area on the front, and then has a very well guarded fence line and barred windows of like a prison. Easy design to mimic amongst different cultures and. Excuse me. Ah. Oh, that's nice. And in one of these windows, he sees a flame, a flicker of a candle. Very different from the flames of the other buildings that he has seen, where they have just caught fire. So he makes his way towards this compound, looking for a way inside. Everything's pretty well boarded up. He pounds on one of the doors. Hello? Hello? Anybody, please, let me in. I'm a friend. I can help. I need help. And from within, he hears soft shuffling, and these light footsteps seem to approach the door from the interior, and a light voice answers from beyond. Who are you? What are you? How did you get here? Where did you come from? Quickly, yes, I'll let you inside. You have to be quick. But first, you deal with those two that are pursuing you. I can't let you in unless they're dead. I can't risk the lives of everyone else. Fine, yes. Just please, get the door open. He turns the face down. Two of these ghouls have come out of the woodworkings of the nearby area. One, not so tough. He knows he can dispatch it quite easily. However, the other one, it's quite a brute. He rushes in, charges at the smaller one first, slides in, taking off one of its legs. As it collapses down, he flourishes the blade and brings the blade down into the spine of the neck. He quickly spins, going to block the attack from the brute, but these things are quick, and it slices him across the shoulder blade and knocks him down to the ground. It crawls on top, biting, clawing. He keeps his legs up in a defensive position to try to keep this massive brute off of him, but oh gosh, is it heavy. As it bears down on him, he slices into it, and it digs its claws into his side once more. He reels from the pain, jabs his blade up into its neck, and whips it to the side, partially decapitating the beast, and it falls dead on top of him. Pushes it off. Okay, a king. Oof. That's, okay. Gotta remember math. Jack is 11, 12, so this is 13. 13 minus 8. 2 would get you to 10, so that's gonna be 5 damage. 5. I am down to 4 health. Luckily, I have this 7 of hearts, and then unfortunately this 4 of diamonds. I am not going to trade my weapon out. I am going to use that to heal up. 4 plus 7 is 11. The doorway opens. Jethro gets to his feet, runs inside. The elven woman is about 5'10". About the same height as Jet, actually. And she closes the door back, latching it and putting the barricades back into place as Jethro catches his breath. She turns to face him. She's got the jet black skin. Yeah, kind of a dark red hair. And these kind of piercing white eyes. And he can feel her kind of staring over him. You're pretty tough. You're quite wounded here. Drink this. She gives him the health potion. He drinks it real quick. Oh, yes, sorry. In these times, it's hard to find the ingredients to make them more palatable, but the effects are still there, which is the important part. Thanks. My name's Jethro. I am 11. Was that 11? 11. No, not the number. 11. Oh, right. Sorry. A bit shaken at the moment. You asked what I was. Yes, you're not an elf. I haven't been to the sister continent in quite a while, but I know there is nothing like you over there. You're not a tiefling. You don't have any horns. So what are you? And where did you come from? I'm a human. I'm a man. I'm male. Human. I'm not familiar with this term. Oh, interesting. Humans are similar to elves in a way. We are typically a little bit shorter than you. Many of the places I've been to, elves have been quite tall, and we don't live as long as you all. We only live to, if we're lucky, a good 80 years. 80? My gosh, you're practically dead out of birth. All right, calm down a little bit. It's not that bad. We don't have any claws or horns. As you can tell, our skin color is much lighter than yours, but we have other people, variations of ourselves that come in different shades. Some are much darker skinned, such as yourself. You speak as though you come from a different world. Are you from one of the other planes of existence? I'm not familiar with your planes of existence, but yes, I come from a different world altogether. Your museum, are you familiar with it? Well, I would hope so. I'm one of the curators there. At least I was until the world collapsed. She kind of looks him over. Yes, your skin color fares to our cousin race. I suppose similar to you humans and how you come in different shades. We elves do as well. We have a sister clan, the Moon Elves, that are very opaque white like you. Very, what's the word? Yes, the albino is, they have red eyes and very white skin. Oh, interesting. There's also the sea elves, they're blue. The desert elves are red, and, shades of that. But enough about us. But yes, what about the museum? I'm sorry, I'm quite intrigued by this revelation. Not only another survivor out there, but one from a whole other world. It's all right. I've been in your shoes plenty of times. Oh. So in the museum, you had a ring of stone blocks, shaped almost like doorways, pathways. Ah, yes. We're not entirely sure who built them. They seem to even predate the elves, which is miraculous, as we have been here for, well, since the dawn of time. Where I come from, we have a very similar design. It recently awoke. It appears magic dwells within them, and they are the gateways to the other worlds. You don't say. Huh. Yes, and we have magic in our worlds. It's curious that lies dormant then. I will admit, though, those able to use magic are very few and far between, and hopefully that ability hasn't died out with us in this trying times. Please, come in, meet everyone else. Oh, there's more. And I don't suppose there's any magic users amongst them. I'm afraid not. Well, lead the way. She leads him in deeper. They get to a point, and now, unfortunately, to cross from here to the more safe zone, we do have to go through a bit of an exposed area. So, get your blade ready. And she pulls out what appears to be like a firearm, very tubular in design. More, what would that be? More like a blunderbuss kind of style, but not with the big open, And she takes out this crystal, and she puts it into kind of the top kind of reservoir of the gun. And when she primes it, it glows, and then you can see kind of the same color kind of emits down into the glass tubing of the gun, and it starts to crackle within. I gotta get me one of those. Well, we'll see how today goes. You might get lucky. And Jethro steps in front, and they bolt out the door. Oh. Alrighty then. And as they go through kind of the open courtyard between this office building and the more well-defended prison yard, they are beset by two of the ghouls. But as they run, she picks off one of them, and from the other doorway, this other dark elf, sun elf, fires his and takes out the other one. Well, that was both jokers. That's pretty good, I guess. I won't have to really worry about them for the remainder, but that might be a bad thing. As they reach the other side of this courtyard, two more appear. One charges Jethro. He draws his blade up, and it's one of the smaller ones. He feints and jabs and pierces it right through the noggin. The other one, a bit more of a brute, charges up from behind and claws him across the back of the thigh. He quickly turns, swipes off its clawed hand. As it goes to strike him, he rams it into the chest, brings the blade out, carving a good chunk into the beast. It collapses over, gasping. And as it lies there, he brings his blade down into where its heart, he suspects, would be. He's also disemboweled a couple of them, so he has a general sense. And it lies dead. He does take 2 damage from that one, bringing him down to 9. Back to 9. Seems to be the number of the day. And then as he gets inside, they close the door. One of the other elves inside sees that he's wounded. For the more superficial wounds, kind of comes up and starts rubbing a salve on them. Ooh, it stings. Well, gosh, you big baby. I've expected more from a man of your talents. We'll go ahead and lay out the next floor, but we'll hold off for just a second. This one definitely has a lot more RP to it than the prior ones, but I wanted to kind of get into the world of this one. When I did it the first time, one of our Discord members, which you should join because Discord's awesome and we're awesome, and guess what? You're awesome, so we should be awesome together. But yeah, one of our Inquisitors, Nanergoo, enjoyed my first run of this. He was quite intrigued by the world, so I wanted to, expand on it so he could get some more inspiration. He's actually working on kind of a little campaign of his own. It's like a superhero one, so that should be fun. He asked me if I could join it. He's not sure when it's gonna be, but I said, yeah, of course. As he's being treated, the this male elf kind of looks Jethro over. Uh, Elevin, what is? He says he's a human. It's a whole thing. Just no questions right now. Let's get deeper within. We've drawn too much attention to ourselves as it is. All right. Come on. Thank you all for the hospitality. How many of you all are in here? Well, not many, I'm afraid. We only stand about 20 strong. These beasts have just flooded our world. It's actually amazing that we've even survived all this time. Yeah, what are they? Um, well, we actually aren't too sure. This has been quite a while back since they have appeared. Probably, I would say the world fell. Yes, probably been a good 30, 35 years now. We sort of know where they came from. Uh, we've been digging, excavating ruins and all that, and apparently we unearthed one that we really weren't supposed to, and it awoke them. Oh, uh, sorry to hear that. Yes, the military fought them as well as they could, but these things, they're so numerous and they're fast and strong. They don't seem to really feast on anything, just the blood of creatures. Yeah, we call them vampires from where I'm from. Not these things specifically, but vampires. Interesting term. I like it. But yes, unfortunately, you have come to us at a peculiar time, friend. Elevin mentioned another continent nearby. Have you all not been able to make contact with them? Oh, no. No, unfortunately, one, we wouldn't want to. That island's full of degenerates, tieflings, and these little gnome creatures. The dark purplish skin, they dwell under the earth of all places. Oh, kind of drow gnomes. Drow? Sorry, it's just a kind of a term for some elves that live under the earth, such as these gnomes. Ah, you're an odd one. I could say the same of you. Touche. And they go in and they come in and, prison kind of main hall where all the tables are. There's all sorts of little ramshackled things set up, some extra defenses, little areas separated into different things of ammunition, food supplies, medical. Yes, well, here is our humble abode. Do you eat? Yes. Yes, I do. Ah, well, we've scrounged up some good Nothic here. It's not the tastiest of meat, but it's something. Oh, I didn't think you could eat those things. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. I'm quite impressed. Well, thank you. Now, you all be off. I need to go tend to some of the others. Thank you. Come this way, Mr. Jethro. They sit and eat, and they kind of go over, kind of recapping the events of what happened in the museum, how he entered in with his men, and then promptly they all got annihilated. How he's fought his way to here. She kind of tells him about a little bit of the history of the world that on this continent there used to be some other races here, orcs being one. Let's see, what was the other ones? It's been a while since I looked at this. Do. I did write that down, right? Unfortunate. Oh, maybe that was. I got so many different things. Was it under this one? Who cares? Well, yeah, I remember there were a couple other ones here, but and she explains that the elves have cleansed the lands of the impure and the heretical. So now only elves remain on the continent, and they were able to, unify, being all elven, and just over time expanded their technologies and civilizations. So what is your world called? Where I come from, it's called Earth. Earth? That's it? I mean, that's what we walk on. It's the ground. Yep, we're pretty simple people. Sort of. Well, you, good sir, are on the world of Paramonto. Paramonto. Okay. You seem quite used to being in foreign settings. Yeah, this isn't the first world I've traveled to through the gates. I've been to several by this point. Oh, really? Yes, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's just, I know you're gonna be curious, but just stick with your world here. Well, I would rather not. I'd rather like to leave. It's, well, I can't fault you. And as they're talking, one guy kind of rushes over. Hey, we need some help. They're breaking through into the East Hall. Ah, damn. They always seem to break in through that one, no matter how much we reinforce it. So they pick up their gear, take off down into the hallway, and then we find quite a big brute, which, no wonder they broke in. And another pretty hefty guy. So, let's see. How do we want to do this? That will cause me to lose my weapon. So, yeah, we'll face off against the big brute first. Ooh, ace. So that's going to be 14. 4 damage. 6 damage? Yep, 6 damage. Oh boy. That brings me down to 3. Ooh. So they get in. You know, there's more creatures than just the two, but you know, the elves are engaging in these others that have entered into the compound. Jethro takes off, taking on this big brute of one, getting quite hurt in the process. And then he takes on the smaller one, and as he does, it kind of and claws into the sword, breaking it in half, and then with the broken shard, he just jabs it in, cutting it as any way he can. So he manages to defeat the beast, but loses his weapon at the same time. Definitely gonna use that healing potion. Thank you. 3 and 9 is 12. Oh, good grief. Oh, Jet, this is not going well for you. Yep, definitely gonna equip that weapon, please, and thank you. Uh, as as they're fighting and everything, Jethro's like, you know, I thank you for all that you all have done, but I fear that I brought them upon you. I need to leave. Maybe I can draw them away. Is there anybody that you know that I might be able to find, either a person or maybe an artifact, something that might have a magical charge to it that I could use to maybe reawaken the gate? And she's like, well, our weapons here do use a form of magic, but to charge something like a gateway, that's gonna be something immense. These simply won't do. There's it's quite far from here, but if you, and she'll hand him a map, kind of show him. If you head out to here, there's a power station. It used to, you know, channel the magical energies into the surrounding area so we could have lights and warmth and that sort of thing. You know, maybe there's you know, an intact crystal there that's unused. I would certainly think it would have enough charge to do whatever you need it to do. It's worth a shot. If I get it to work, I'll try and reach you all before I activate it. That's very kind of you to say, but this is our world. We will fix it if we can, or we will die trying. As much as I would love to get everyone to a safer place, it is probably best to not cross-contaminate worlds. You are more ahead in your thinking than you think. And she looks at him a bit puzzled from that statement. I'm no wordsmith. I'm a soldier. So forgive me for any odd speech. Well, Mr. Jethro, I do hope that you do well out there. Be as safe as you can, and good luck. And so Jet runs off, drawing the attention of the ghouls, pulling them away from this small safe haven in a world of death. And boy, does he draw some away. Two big brutes, and one good hefty ghoul chase after him. He runs through the kind of the open field that's nearby, weaves through some of the ruined statues that appear to be like governors or some kind of rulers, kings, queens. And he knows he's not going to be able to outrun them, so he gets to a point, turns and faces down the first one. They clash in an epic battle of steel and teeth. And he gets quite wounded indeed from that one. Okay, so Queen is going to be 12. 6. So that's going to be 6 damage to him. Bringing him down to 6. As he finishes off that brute, the smaller one intervenes, claws him across the chest. He brings his blade down into its neck, and it goes and and a little delayed decapitation, but he does get it done. And that's going to be another damage, as that is a 7. So I was at 6, 5. Where are you? 5? 5? There you are. Phew. That was interesting. We're almost there. Ooh. Okay. As he fights with these ghouls amongst the kind of the ruins of this monument graveyard, if you will, he gets knocked back by this big brute. It's not so much a hit that was damaging, but boy, from the force does it knock him off his feet, causing him to barrel roll across the field. He smashes up against another kind of ruined statue, and underneath it is the corpse of another soldier and his intact gun. So Jethro grabs that, mimics what he saw. He grabs one of the crystals from the little pouch of the deceased, pops it in, and starts firing at this big brute. It's gonna cancel out his gun that he just got, but I don't care. I need this thing dead. But before it fells, it makes one mighty swipe and breaks the kind of the glass crystal chamber of the weapon. Some of the magical energy disperses and burns and hurts Jethro a little bit. Nothing too severe. I'm gonna use that health potion there. I'll take anything I can get. That puts me up to 7. Okay. We'll equip this one and replace it with the better one. And as he runs away from this field, he starts to head off more. It's starting to get a bit more industrial over here. Big warehouses, broken and destroyed. essentially a magical elven version of a semi truck and trailer. Ooh, okay, well, as he goes through, he finds, yeah, we'll just say he finds another one of the guns and uses it upon this ghoul that was nearby. It kind of bites into him a little bit. It had caught him off guard, biting into his leg and kind of starting to drag him away. But before it could drag him too far, he and these little electric bolts just strike into it. So we got a Jack of Spades. Try and deal with that guy. Ooh, okay. Starting to get into the health now. Yes, please. 7 and 4 is 11. He tries to weave through the wreckage, cuts through one of the warehouses to try to give himself some shelter. Inside, there's one of the ghouls is chowing down on some kind of deer, it looks like, but it's not quite a deer that he's used to, as it lets go from draining it and turns and looks at him. He just blows its brains out. Headshot. Running riot. And he can, while he's in here, he can see that there's a good pile of bodies. He quickly searches them before moving on, and he finds a health potion. 8. Now we're talking. Back up to 19. Okay. Not too bad. Let's, okay. So we will, as he comes out the other side of this warehouse, and all of the buildings here are very elegant. Even the warehouses are just made of such wonderful stone, and they're smooth and have intricate designs kind of etched into them. Some of them have kind of painted murals, kind of like we do with our like flood walls. You know how they like to paint those with just about anything on them. And as he comes out the other side of this warehouse, kind of crawling through a collapsed opening, as he gets out, he's beset by two of the ghouls that were out here sniffing around, probably following their brethren that had gotten that deer. He fires upon the more brutish one first, blowing chunks. But it gets up and it claws and cuts him across the chest. Yeah. But he fells it nonetheless. So Jack, that's 11, 7, 3, 4 damage. 15. He gets up from his wounds, kind of barrel rolls out of the way as the other one kind of pounces down. As it lands, it kind of hits some loose rubble, and so it kind of falls and slides, giving him time to get some distance. He can tell that this gun is almost out of the ammo, and he doesn't have any more of the crystals, but then he finds a fresh gun. Yeah. This one has a red crystal in it. Got that jack of diamonds there. And he turns and fires upon him before where the other ones fired kind of that blue lightning bolt. This one's more a bolt of flame. And it burns and singes the creature, and it screams and yells, and the fire seems to be a little extra effective. Good to note. Uh-huh. All right. And one thing about Scoundrel is when you go through the deck, when you get to the end, if there's not enough to do another floor, then that means you've won. So, once when I complete this floor, I will have succeeded. After finishing off that ghoul, Jethro continues onwards, following the map that Elevin had given him, and he's able to move on for several hours without encountering any of the ghouls, which is a blessing. Gives him time to catch his breath, to recoup, which I will go ahead and do. I'm just going to go ahead and use that health potion there. Put me back up to 20. And he goes through and is able to get this brief, I say brief, given the circumstances of everything else, but he gets this nice break and is able to take in more of the environment, the unique trees that are here with their, he goes by an orchard that has these kind of purple fruits hanging from them. Passes through, a thick kind of wild garden of strange berries and flowers that are just beautiful, all sorts of colors. He decides to find a place to settle in for the night. This well-built kind of almost like a little military outpost. Not quite like a full compound, but just an intermittent thing. And he pushes open the door, and inside are two ghouls that are feasting on the same kind of dead animal, whatever they found. And he raises his blaster. Sorry, you two. Dinner's canceled. And he just opens fire onto them, taking them out with ease. Clearing out this little outpost. He closes the door, finds some things to kind of barricade. He investigates the area just to make sure there's no any openings, no other hidden creatures inside that might do him harm. And he kind of settles up against this back wall. This has been one fluster cluck of a situation. If only we were more prepared, but how are we to know? All those men, they fought hard and well, but it wasn't enough. I have to get back for their sake. But at least it's good to know there's still some people out here surviving. Maybe one day, I don't know how, but maybe one day they can find a way to cleanse this apocalypse, bring peace to the valley. And he kind of sets up and takes him a while, but manages to finally fall asleep. And with that, the dungeon is complete. That was quite a close one. We got pretty low on health at times. Ah, man, that was fun. Sort of felt a little rushed there at the end, but I did do a lot of kind of RP moments and also I am just a mere eldritch man. I can't excitingly narrate every encounter as I kind of, start repeating myself quite a bit with actions and movements, but still very fun, very fun. And yeah, it's such a easy game that you can play by yourself. You can either do it online, as 25 here did, which yeah, I'm actually kind of curious as to where you found an online kind of thing, unless maybe you found like just a card deck, I don't know, simulator. But yeah, all you need is a deck of cards, which are really easy to find, to buy. You know, I'm sure you could get a little deck probably at like Dollar Tree, maybe. If not, like I got this whenever I was in Hawaii, and I want to say what this deck was like maybe $4, $5, somewhere around there. Because it is, you know, one, you're in Hawaii. Two, it has just the art on it. But yeah, it's quite a fun thing to do by yourself if you don't have anybody to, uh, you know, if you are into Dungeons and Dragons and your game gets canceled, you know, you don't have to do a whole scenario like I do. I just like to, if I'm gonna play it, I want to have a kind of a storyline that I'm going through. Just adds to the drama, makes it, you know, just it makes it more fun. Also, since I have the deck of cards, I have also DM'd with this deck while I was traveling there vacation with my brother and his girlfriend, and you know, we were waiting for our flight to come home, and so since I had gotten it, I basically just used the deck like for the dice rolls. So you know, if they went to do something, you know, the higher the card, the better. But I hope you all enjoyed that, and yeah, 8125. I hope you had some more successful games than those two that you got nuked in. It it happens. Once again, I am Chamberlain Jonas of the Wayward Inquisition. Be sure to check out our VODs. We got all kinds of stuff for you to listen to. We got dark fantasy, sci fi, western. So we got a good variety for everybody. We also got a PayPal if you're feeling generous. We have a Redbubble where you can order our merch from, and it's awesome. You should check it out. What else? What else? Oh, if you are in the Kentuckiana area, like Sellersburg, Clarksville, Jeff, Louisville. There's this pretty awesome place over here in Sellersburg called the Geek Out Cafe. We're kind of partnered with them a little bit. I run a once a month campaign session there, and we've been having a lot of fun with that one. Uh, might start up another one, maybe. Probably not. My schedule's quite full, but with my new work schedule, and once when I finally get on that sleep routine to get that back to normal, maybe because what Wednesdays would be available. I do love D&D. I'd like to play some more, but if I have to DM, that's fine too. But yeah, Geek Out, it's this awesome little nerd space. They do Warhammer tournaments, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and they got great coffees, teas, ice cream. Yeah, it's just awesome. We are also partnered with Potteration, which is they're working on a new app for it. I don't know if it's out yet, but you'll be able to, for like a monthly fee, I want to say it's like $4 a month, you get access to everybody that's on Potteration, which is all these little independent people. There's another D&D group on there called Malt and Magic. They are a UK-based Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and they're fun to listen to. One, because they're British, and two, just to see how they play their characters and their storyline. But yeah, Potteration is changing up their format so that you just do this monthly, thing, and then you get access to all the creators that are on there. Pretty awesome stuff. I actually need to see if I can get it to work for me. They sent us kind of like the beta version, and they said that you could do it through the browser, just like, a browser, but then that wasn't working for me. But that's just me. Me and technology, we just we don't get we don't get along a lot, which is really interesting. But before I ramble on even more, once again, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. Stay awesome. And remember that freedom always crits. And go to church. Bye.